Hello everyone. During your interview, a USCIS officer will test your ability to read, write, and speak English. And you'll also be given a civics exam in English to test your understanding of US history and government. It's called the Civics Test. During a civics test, you'll be asked to orally answer up to 10 questions. And you must be able to answer at least 6 of those questions correctly to pass the civics test. Today, I'll share with you some tips to help you memorize all 100 civics questions fast and easily. These tips are really helpful for me, so I think they'll also work really well for you. Firstly, memorize at least 5 or a few questions a day. There's 100 civics questions you have to memorize. These questions are about the US government, history, and geography. And I think it's really impossible to remember all 100 questions in a short time. But if you focus on a few questions a day, I believe you can memorize all of the questions in a few weeks. Secondly, create flashcards. It's a really good way to learn a new thing, especially when it comes to a lot of questions like the 100 civics questions test. You can use an index card to write down the questions on one side and the answers on the other. Or you can buy flashcards on Amazon. You can use these flashcards while you learn throughout the day. Tip 3, review the questions daily. Since you applied for the US Citizenship test, you have to wait a couple months or a year until you'll be scheduled for your interview. So it's really important to review the questions daily so that you will still remember the answers by the time your interview is scheduled. In the interview, you may be stressed and anxious, so you may forget easily what you've learned before. So please make sure you remember very well all 100 questions before attending your interview. My tip 4 is to answer the questions out loud. When you study, really do try practicing to answer your questions out loud. It will help you memorize faster and also allow you to get more comfortable speaking English. It's also a really good practice since you will have to answer the questions out loud during the interview. Tip number 5 would be to write down your answers. When you study, write down your responses. Sometimes writing the answers down will help you retain the information and improve your memory. I used to practice this way in the past, and I think it really helps me remember a lot more than just speaking. Tip 6 would be to study the correct responses. There's some questions that the answers will change from time to time. These questions are relating to people's names or based on the states of where you live. Please make sure that you are studying the most up-to-date questions. If you need help in order to find out your specific answer to these questions, please let me know as I can help you with that. Tip 7 would be to study with a friend. Studying with a friend can really make studying fun and enjoyable. It will also make you more accountable to studying and allow you to memorize things a lot easier. And my last tip would be to teach another person what you've learned. One of the best ways to test your knowledge is by teaching someone else what you've learned. It will also help you to have a chance to review what you've learned and, of course, memorize things a lot better. But that's it. These tips really worked well for me, and I think it will also work out really well for you. Please try to practice and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching.